Never put in your 2 weeks notice. Never tell them where you're going. Just leave. One of the best employees at my company just put her 2 weeks notice in and accepted another job elsewhere. The company asked for a 4-week notice because her job would be very difficult to replace. Being a very good person and never one time being in any trouble, she did what she felt was the right thing and accepted this. Big mistake. Fast forward 4 weeks. The company throws her a huge going away party with gifts and a cake. The next day, her last one before she was set to begin her new job, she got fired and was told by her new job that they would not be taking her on as an employee. Turns out the extra 2 weeks wasn't just extra time to find a replacement. It was to make sure bad references got sent out so that she would get screwed out of both jobs. Among a lot of other nonsense caused by this is her entire family was on her health insurance. All gone in an instant. And this was done to an employee that everyone loved. The lesson, as always, 2 weeks notice is based on respect. And no company deserves that respect with how they screw the working class. Just get a new job. Say nothing to anyone. And leave. It's the best way to protect yourself. Edit. The story is not missing details. If anything, it's worse than what I posted here. You are naive if you think there aren't garbage people out there that would screw you over for finding a better job. I was told in California that employers can't ask about the employee's performance with another company. All they are legally allowed to ask about are the dates of employment. Feels like there's a lot more to this story going on behind the scenes. I'm okay with standard 2 weeks, but don't tell anyone where you are going. Yeah, no. Can't burn bridges in my industry. It'll come back and bite you in the ass. Plus, my company would never do that. It opens them up to liability. As a lawyer, of all the times I've heard the word defamation thrown around on the internet, this is the one time where a lawsuit is totally warranted. Blatant interference with a contract. I worked for a company that was rumored to reach out to new employers when someone gave notice. And likely true. Got to where anyone that quit said they were going back to school. If you're smart like me, you plan out the job change ahead of time, put in for PTO and use that time off to start at the new company. I got paid for training while on vacation, came back and told the boss I quit. I didn't miss a paycheck and I cashed out my PTO at the same time. That'll show them to laugh at me for asking for a raise. That doesn't sound like the whole story or just speculation, tbh. That doesn't even make sense. This is terrible advice. Why do you work there? Have to disagree that this applies to all employers. There are some good ones out there. There are also lots of situations where an employee wouldn't want to burn bridges by just leaving with no notice. The next day, her last one before she was set to begin her new job, she got fired and was told by her new job that they would not be taking her on as an employee. At least you now get to collect unemployment due to retaliatory firing. This post sounds like a cry for help, attention, karma farming. You put your notice in when your onboarding begins. Never tell your current company where you're going. First mistake. Everyone at that company, including you, should walk out. That's how they treat hood workers. They don't deserve any. If I heard they did that to someone working with me, I'd leave the next day. That's what I did on my last job. It wasn't the next day, but it was the reason I gave them. I said, you treat us like numbers. You know, have one less number. 6 guys left with me within a month. I hope she sued them. This is the employee's fault. Firstly for accepting the prolonged request, but mainly for sharing where they are going. I always give 2 weeks notice, but never share key details. This is squarely the employee being an idiot. Yeah, depending on the state where you live, they might have broken the law. When I worked an hour at an old job, I was told that I could never give a bad reference because then employees could sue. If they were a bad or even awful 8 employee, all you can do is verify the dates of employment. She should look into suing. You want a 2-week notice? In about 2 weeks, you gonna notice that you ain't seen me in about 2 weeks.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.